Ever wondered why half of America looks like a ghost town? Like seriously, did everyone move to California or something? Well, get ready to have your mind blown because today we're diving headfirst into the 10 emptiest states in the US, where the cows outnumber the people and you can drive for hours without seeing a single soul. We're talking wide open spaces, more trees than squirrels, and enough peace and quiet to make a monk say too quiet. Buckle up, because this is going to be wild. First up, we're heading to Wyoming, the least populated state in the whole country. We're talking a whopping 578,803 people spread out over 97,818 square miles. That's like 2 people per square mile. You know what else you'll find in Wyoming? Bison. Lots and lots of bison. Seriously, there are more bison than people here. Imagine trying to explain that to someone from New York City. They'd probably think you're pulling their leg. But hey, at least you'll never have to wait in line for the bathroom, right? Speaking of driving, good luck finding a gas station out here. You might want to pack a few extra gallons just in case. And forget about cell service. You're more likely to find Bigfoot than a decent Wi-Fi signal. But hey, who needs technology when you've got breathtaking views of the Grand Tetons and Yellowstone National Park? Just watch out for the bears, and the wolves, and the mountain lions. Okay, maybe bring some bear spray too. But seriously, Wyoming is a nature lover's paradise. If you're the kind of person who enjoys wide open spaces, fresh air, and the sound of silence, or maybe just the wind whistling through the sagebrush, then Wyoming might just be the place for you. Just don't expect to find a Starbucks on every corner, or a Walmart, or maybe even a stoplight. Next up, we're heading east to Vermont, the land of maple syrup, fall foliage, and surprisingly few people. Seriously, there are more cows in Vermont than people, and probably more maple trees too. Don't get me wrong, Vermont is beautiful, like seriously stunning. But if you're looking for a wild night out, you're probably in the wrong place, unless you consider a night spent sipping hot cider by a crackling fire wild, in which case Vermont is your jam. But hey, at least you'll never have to worry about traffic in Vermont, unless you count the occasional tractor or horse-drawn buggy, that is. And speaking of horses, did you know that Vermont has more horses per capita than any other state? It's true. So if you've ever dreamed of living out your equestrian fantasies, Vermont is the place to be. Just don't forget your riding boots and your flannel shirt. You've got to fit in, you know? But seriously, Vermont is a great place to live if you enjoy a slower pace of life, stunning scenery, and access to some of the best maple syrup in the world. Just don't expect to find a lot of nightlife, unless you count watching the fireflies flicker in the summer sky. Alright folks, bundle up because we're heading north to Alaska, the largest state in the US and also the emptiest. Seriously, you could fit the entire population of Alaska into Rhode Island with room to spare. That's a lot of empty space. But hey, at least you'll never have to worry about crowds in Alaska, unless you're talking about the mosquitoes. Those things are relentless. But seriously, Alaska is a land of extremes. We're talking towering mountains, massive glaciers, and wildlife that will make your jaw drop. Think grizzly bears, humpback whales, and bald eagles. Oh, and did I mention the northern lights? Yeah, Alaska has those too, but all that beauty comes at a price. And that price is, you guessed it, cold. Like, really cold. We're talking temperatures that can dip below minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you're thinking about moving to Alaska, you might want to invest in a really good parka and maybe some long underwear and a heated toilet seat. But hey, if you can handle the cold, Alaska is an adventurer's paradise. From hiking and camping to fishing and skiing, there's something for everyone in the last frontier. Just don't forget to pack your sense of adventure and your thermal underwear. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're heading to North Dakota, where the wind never stops blowing, and the tumbleweeds roam free. Seriously, the wind is so strong in North Dakota, it could probably blow you all the way to South Dakota. And speaking of South Dakota, that's where we're headed next. Just kidding. We've still got a few more things to see in North Dakota, like, well, there's a lot of corn, and soybeans, and more corn. Okay, so maybe North Dakota isn't the most exciting state on our list, but hey, at least it's quiet, like really quiet. You could probably hear a pin drop in North Dakota, if the wind wasn't blowing so loud, that is. But hey, if you're looking for a place to get away from it all, North Dakota might just be the place for you. Just don't forget to bring a windbreaker and maybe a pair of earplugs. Alright folks, we've made it to South Dakota, home of Mount Rushmore, the Black Hills, and well, not a whole lot else. Don't get me wrong, Mount Rushmore is pretty impressive. I mean, it's a giant mountain with 4 presidents' faces carved into it. How cool is that? But once you've seen Mount Rushmore, you've pretty much seen all there is to see in South Dakota. Just kidding. There's also the Badlands National Park, Custer State Park, and the Corn Palace. Okay, maybe the Corn Palace isn't that impressive, but hey, it's made out of corn. What's not to love? But seriously, South Dakota is a great place to visit if you're a history buff or a nature lover. Just don't expect to find a lot of nightlife, unless you count watching the stars come out over the prairie, which actually can be pretty amazing. Get ready for some big sky country, folks, because we're heading to Montana, where the mountains are tall and the people are few and far between. Seriously, Montana is the 4th largest state in the US, but it's also the 8th least populated. That's a lot of space to roam. But hey, at least you'll never have to worry about traffic in Montana, unless you count the occasional herd of cattle or flock of sheep. And speaking of animals, Montana is home to all sorts of wildlife, including grizzly bears, wolves, and mountain lions. So if you're planning on doing any hiking or camping, be sure to bring your bear spray. But seriously, Montana is a nature lover's paradise. From Glacier National Park to Yellowstone National Park, there's no shortage of stunning scenery to explore. Just don't forget to pack your hiking boots and your sense of adventure. Hold on to your horses, folks, because we're about to zoom through Delaware, the 2nd smallest state in the US. Seriously, you could drive across the entire state in less than an hour. That's if you don't hit any traffic, of course. But hey, at least you'll never have to worry about getting lost in Delaware, unless you wander into a cornfield, which actually is entirely possible. But seriously, Delaware might be small, but it's got a lot to offer. From its beautiful beaches to its charming colonial towns, there's something for everyone in the first state. Just don't blink or you might miss it. Get ready to live free or die of boredom, folks, because we're heading to New Hampshire, where the motto is bold, but the entertainment options are limited. Just kidding. New Hampshire might be small, but it's got a lot to offer. From its stunning mountain scenery to its charming coastal towns, there's something for everyone in the Granite State. Just don't expect to find a lot of nightlife unless you count watching the leaves change color in the fall, which actually can be pretty spectacular. But seriously, New Hampshire is a great place to live if you enjoy a slower pace of life, 4 distinct seasons, and access to some of the best skiing in the East. Just don't forget to pack your winter coat. Ahoy there, mateys! We're setting sail for Maine, the land of lobster rolls, lighthouses, and surprisingly few people. Seriously, there are more lobsters in Maine than people, and probably more lighthouses too, but hey, at least you'll never have to fight for a table at a seafood restaurant in Maine, unless you're there during tourist season, of course. But seriously, Maine is a beautiful state with a rugged coastline, charming fishing villages, and some of the freshest seafood you'll ever taste. Just don't forget to pack your bib. Last but not least, we're heading to Idaho, the potato capital of the world. Seriously, Idaho grows more potatoes than any other state in the US. But what about people, you ask? Well, let's just say there are a lot more potatoes in Idaho than people. But hey, at least you'll never go hungry in Idaho, unless you're tired of eating potatoes, that is. But seriously, Idaho is a beautiful state with stunning mountain scenery, pristine lakes, and of course, plenty of potatoes. Just don't forget to pack your appetite. And there you have it, folks, the 10 emptiest states in the US. So, if you want to escape the crowds or just make friends with a moose, these are your go-to states. Just don't blame me if you get lonely, or attacked by a bear, or blown away by the wind. But seriously, these states might be sparsely populated, but they're full of natural beauty, peace, and quiet, and plenty of opportunities for adventure. So, what are you waiting for? Pack your bags and get ready to explore the great wide open. Before you go, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and let me know in the comments which empty state you dare to move to. And hey, if you see a jackalope out there, tell it I said hi.